Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Astraea Love. So make sure you're familiar with my legal disclaimer. Okay. It's this top part. It's in the description box below, but it talks about all my entertainment purposes only. This is, and for basically informative purposes. This is a reading for the collective, so you need to be able to use your best discernment. Okay. Feel free to take what resonates with you and leave what does not for the person that it's meant for. If you have a pendulum, this is a pendulum. Or if you know muscle testing or resistance testings, that's two different ways that you can ask your higher self yes and no questions, and you'll get answers back. Okay. That can help guide you through tarot so that you can ask, is this part of the message for me? Is this part of the message for anyone else? Okay. You can also be asking additional questions and receive answers from your higher self while I'm doing the live readings, like your own personal questions. So if you take any advice with you from this reading, please follow up with a professional in the field of that advice. I do not claim to be a professional in anything other than just being a psychic and a channeler. Yeah, all readings are timeless and prophetic, but there's going to be a major trigger warning anytime that we work with the tarot. So if you end up being in the future past this blood moon that we're going to talk about today, it will just why you pulled this reading in will be because something was done on the blood moon that needs to be looked at. Okay. I've been having like so many downloads and so many dreams about this. Like, it's crazy. So anyways, but there's always going to be a major trigger warning when we work with the tarot, because I don't know what your triggers are and I'm not here to trigger you. Okay. I'm here to, like, if I trigger you, it's only so that you can heal from something and to become better. Okay. So by watching my videos, so make sure that you have drank some water today, that if you need to take your medicine, that you're doing that. If you need to eat, that you're doing that. Okay. That you're taking care of yourselves. Make sure that you guys are taking care of yourselves. And be grounded and centered and in your the most state of mind that you can be when you do watch any tarot. Okay. Because none of these messages, they're always to give confirmation. And if it's prophetic, it's prophetic, but you don't have to worry about that because it's going to happen anyways. So, all right. By watching my videos, you are agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled, please be on your best behavior because Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you are agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. I'm reminding the people watching about my personal human rights. Attempting to persecute me in any form or fashion for what I channel from God and the Holy Spirit is a violation against this contract and the First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech. Any attempt to silence me will be followed up with by the Most High God. So treat others how you want to be treated. Do not shoot the messenger and do not harm the prophets of God. Okay. If you don't pray, that's totally fine. I'm going to do the prayer ritual. I ask that the Most High God continue dealing with anything in the psychic realm and anything in the spiritual realm. I also ask that the Most High God please be with us now. And if you could return and block out any and all evil, return it back to the sender, basically, and block it out, whatever you need to do to neutralize it, and block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively impact or influence this reading in any type of way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to me and to my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. Hi, everybody coming into the chat. Welcome. Aloha. Good. I'm glad that you are well rested. Okay, so I ask now as I call upon God's favor to give us the full armor of God for protection during our life's mission and work here on earth. I'm eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles in your holy name, Lord my God. I give gratitude. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. All right. So this is going to be crazy, you guys, where I'm going to read what we have for this moon. Okay. So this is this coming Thursday. This is going to be one of the biggest moons probably ever. Like, it's a lunar eclipse. Okay. It's a lunar eclipse, super blood full moon. and it's in the sign of Virgo. So we're going to be reading about what the energies of Virgo are, especially when it comes to the moon. I think that it's funny that this card has like red around it, has a red aura around it. And last night I was looking at the sky and I was seeing that exact thing, that exact red aura, even though it's not all the way full. So the blood moon is expected to affect mostly the signs Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Okay. So this is about taking inspired action. This card is bursting with goddess energy, which is divine feminine. And it reminds you that while it's wonderful to have lofty dreams, you also need to ground those desires by taking inspired action. Commune with the heavens, but take practical steps down here on the earth. That means when you get advice that's coming from the divine, make sure that you listen to that advice, but then you're actually making little baby steps to take practical action to create whatever the divine said. Because when you get a download from the universe, and this is basically what this is talking about, when you commune with the heavens, when you get a download, if you just sit on it forever, somebody else will get that same download, and then they'll end up producing whatever you were supposed to produce because you sat on it. So that's kind of like the energy, like if that makes sense. So when you get those downloads, make sure that you're putting them to paper, that you're writing them down, and then that you're thinking about what are the next steps that I need to take so that I can achieve my goal. Because this is something that came from the divine for me. This is going to be, oh my God, this is just going to be like, it's also a worm moon, which I forgot to write down. It's also a worm moon. Like, and these worms are not worms like what our planet has. They're worms like the planet Dune. That's the type of energy that's behind this. So anyways, I don't know. I actually like worms. I always feel bad when I'm cutting in the soil, and I end up like chopping one, with like the shovel. I always feel bad about that. Sorry, but I don't feel bad about snails. Like they straight up annoy me. Anyways. Okay, so basically it's an eclipse. What happens when an eclipse happens? Okay, basically the energies of an eclipse, when the sun and the moon go like this and they cover one another, it creates basically total darkness. But so you'll be able to see the eclipse. It's at midnight though. If you're in the northern hemisphere, you'll be able to see it, but it's at midnight. So I don't know. But this moon has a lot to do with the dream state and a lot to do with bringing the dream state to light. Like that's taking that inspired action, people getting downloads in their dreams. I really feel like the energies, I feel something negative with the Aries, Taurus, and Gemini way. They're going to be basically, these signs are going to be really going through something at this time. Like, that's weird to me, how astrology can cause things like that. So, my goodness, this is crazy. So anyways, we're going to talk about all the different downloads I got of all the messed up things that the witches are going to do. Because I've known for some time that they're waiting for a moon. And I'm like, and as each moon goes by, I've been like, is it this moon? And I asked Spirit, like, is it this moon? And no, it's not that moon. And finally, I got a confirmation on it is this moon. There's going to be a lot of blood magic that gets done, and witches are going to be trying to put people in karmic cycles. They're going to be trying to swap out destinies, and they're going to be trying to unalive other bloodlines. Just point blank, period. They're going to try to use the energy of the moon to harness death in a massive way. So yeah, when you draw down the energies of the divine by doing something as seemingly trivial as making a bullet point list, which is just a list that's saying like, okay, I know the next practical step to take to get to where I need to be, right? If it's like, I need to reduce the chaos, then I probably need to meditate more. That would be one bullet point. And then you could go into, other things that could help, like color therapy, going like exercise. Sometimes there are physical things that will help. But I want everybody to know that this moon is a freaking big deal. So the energies of the eclipse, what eclipses do is they take things out. So it is a prime time for them to do a lot of crazy strong ass death magic, because eclipses eclipse things out of your life. Or if you look at it as somebody doing love magic, they could probably change the heart of somebody who's had their heart fixed against them because they probably traumatized them in some type of way. And the witch is like, no, you're going to let me back into your fucking energy. And the person's like, all of a sudden has a change of heart. If anybody goes through that, and I feel like the Aries, Taurus, and Gemini are all subjected to this witchcraft stuff. I mean, they're going to be literally people that are targeted, because witches do things on a massive scale. This is like a serious ritual time. It's crazy. And I don't know if we've ever had one of these moons like this before, so it's weird. But yeah. So it talks about knowing that you're 100% worthy, okay, of your dreams. That's what I'm saying. Your dreams. This has to do with the dream world. It has to do with like Morpheus energy. It has to do with like dreams. What you're dreaming about now is going to come true in the future. What you're dreaming about on this blood moon is a big indicator of yourself in another timeline. But that timeline's merging with this one. I literally think that witches are going to use this moon to try to steal bloodline gifts from other people. They're going to try to steal inheritances, and they're going to try to steal people's like fate and destiny. And the thing is that we're working with the Most High God right now. Any witch that goes to attempt any of the things that I say in this reading will be put in a trap. Okay. However many years of a cycle they're trying to put on somebody else to get them to have bad luck for like 7 years, and then they gain their luck. Like even the jinn don't want to be caught fucking around under this moon. They don't not want to be caught, because I tell you what, the Most High God has told everybody through all of the different messengers that there are, and we're all saying the same thing, that the witches need to stop with the witchcraft. They need to stop. Like, it's one thing if you're trying to heal the planet, that's called being a healer. But if you are trying to use the energy of the moon and the energy of a blood moon to steal somebody's bloodline inherited ancestor gifts, you're going to be unalived. God is like not going to allow the righteous to be shaken. Okay. Basically, that's an overall message, that God's not going to allow anybody in the upright, anybody that has a relationship. You're in God's hand. God, literally, like the little version of you, you're in God's hand. God's not going to let a moon, I don't even think that this thing's a natural planet. I think that this is some type of, I don't know. I think that it has inner earth kingdom or inner moon kingdom, and that's where the aliens are. And then there's cat beings that exist on the dark side of the moon. But that part of the moon, it's like there's something wrong with the moon. It's not actually all whole or something. Anyways, I think that it got destroyed with warfare a long time ago. The energies of Virgo, very, very, people, I hate to say this, but God's telling me that people are going to be trying to sacrifice virgins under this moon for supernatural powers and shit. It's just not how it works. But yeah, that says ditch self-effacement, criticism, or second guessing yourself and others. Well, I would always second guess other people and yourself. So I don't really agree with that last sentence that it said, because if you do not question things, then you're basically blindly accepting whatever the government gives you, whatever your neighbors give you, whatever other people give you. That's like kind of stupid if you don't question things. And I guess the whole part of Lucifer's rebellion was that he questioned God on some stuff. But it wasn't really God, so it was an AI. But this moon is going for some signs. Okay, the signs that are not Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, there's something that's naturally weakening these signs. I don't know what it is. I don't know what to call it. It's some type of Lovecraftian something that can, um, it does something with the stars and the zodiac signs. So Virgo is very strong energy. It's very pure energy. And so that's why there's going to be a lot of darkness, a lot of heinous rituals being done, a lot of people, a lot of celebrities trying to do stuff under this moon. I mean, just how this lady is like standing there, like almost looks like she's casting magic on it. People are like they're not happy with God saying no to shit. And these specific types of people that are unhappy with God saying no, like when God already said no to this witchcraft shit, they should have just been like, okay, the Most High God told us to stop, we should stop. Anybody that continues on with it is continuing on their own risk of their own soul and their own body. So you're basically you want to find a balance between dreaming big and being practical. And there's a lot of space between those two things. So it's important to believe in our dreams, but we also need to be practical and take steps towards them. So what you can do this Thursday, it's on Thursday, what you can do is you can add tea tree essential oil to an oil diffuser. If you don't have an essential oil diffuser, I just recently got one and I am very pleased with it. It came with like a couple sets of oils, and tea tree oil is one of those. Tea tree oil is very purifying, very cleansing, very high vibrational. It's almost like selenite. It's like the selenite of oils. And we know that selenite clears all negative energy. So yeah, you'll want to sit comfortably and gently close your eyes. Call in Ceres, the goddess of harvest and all kinds of fertility. I've never heard of this goddess. So Ceres, Ceres, goddess of the harvest and all kinds of fertility, who also represents the love of a mother that a mother has for her children. So very affectionate. That's a very affectionate goddess. So your manifestation affirmation on this day should be, I forgive myself for everything and I am doing my best. And that's all you can ask of yourself, is to do your best. That's all that God's asking of you, is to do your best, to just become the best person, become like God. Like, how God and the Holy Spirit are honest, they're spiritual, they're forgiving, they're loving, they're kind. I mean, they can be, and they're merciful, and they're trustworthy. They always follow through on the word. They are always faithful. So yeah. So I forgive myself for everything and I am doing my best. This is saying the best time to work your magic is when the moon is on Virgo on a Wednesday, and Wednesday's Mercury. So Mercury must be assigned with Virgo. But you can ask Ceres, the goddess, for her help in making a bounty of dreams come true. I also would say Morpheus, which is so funny because I'm watching the show The Sandman right now. If you haven't watched that show, you should watch it. It's like really, really good. So anyways, this moon is going to be crazy. We're going to see what with the tarot. So I feel like there's going to be a wormhole that opens on this moon. I don't know if this is what is going to be a side effect of what the witches are doing, but yeah, all the sorcerers, witches, and warlocks have some big stuff planned for this moon, this Friday, and already started the work for it. I can feel it, and God has already set up a trap that if they try to do this, they're going to be faced with having to deal with serious consequences, like death being a serious consequence, literally losing one's life, being homeless. And then if they try to like take anybody's destiny or steal anyone's gift or like do anything, like try to sell their soul for fame, or try to get somebody's like 7 years of somebody's luck or some shit. Whatever they want that's bad that they want to happen to others is going to happen unto them. If they use blood magic or sacrifice someone to try to unalive something, that will backfire and that energy will be directed right at them. Like it won't even go towards the target because we're in a different frequency than that. We're not, if witchcraft works, if the other person that you're trying to target does witchcraft, but like if they practice light magic and pray, which is like praying and lighting candles, I don't have a problem with anybody that says that they're a witch as long as they're not abusing their abilities to do horrible crimes and shit like that. So spiritual crimes and physical crimes, I don't like that. Neither does God. Oh my gosh, yo, the Three of Swords again. Wow. So this is going to be a time where there's going to be a lot of love spells are going to be done. When I'm looking at this heart, I'm seeing somebody trying to use love and the energy of this blood moon to bind somebody. Don't eat spaghetti from anybody. If you're watching this video, this applies to you. Okay, somebody may be trying to use their blood to like contaminate you. So yeah, that's for somebody that's going to come across this reading. It may not be the people watching now, but somebody will come across this reading and you needed to hear that shit. Sorry. And if you eat somebody's food and you get super sick afterwards, then you know that there's something not right with that. And there's been cases where people have eaten something from somebody and it's literally unalived them. So be very careful with who you eat from and even using other people's silverware. Okay, enough of that. So this is arguments with a lover, marriage separation, incompatible lovers. At the time of this moon, a lot of people that are incompatible with each other are going to be in chaos. They're going to be fighting. They're going to be arguing. They're going to be beating each other. The cops are going to probably be called to a lot of different residences this full moon. The energy of Thurs Day is like, well, if we look at the rune Thurs, it's basically the power that Thor has to overcome the giants, because the giants, we have the fire giants, we have the water giants, the earth giants, and the frost giants. Well, Jotunheim's not there anymore, but there still are frost giants that are in like Antarctica. This talks about some total betrayal. Someone will betray them. It also talks about whoever these people are, they're going to make a big mistake and they're going to need to accept their blame for it. And these people are so used to trying to just project their karma onto others that this is such a bad trap that the divine has set for these people. I feel like there's a Queen of Swords here that we're dealing with, but she's in the reverse. Queen of Swords in the reverse is someone that's just nasty. They're just mean person. Female perfectionist, conceals her true emotions, vicious gossip, betrayal. So it's like confirmation. Not a true friend, says what she thinks people want to hear. This is somebody who's fake as all hell. She is envious of you. Do not trust this woman. She causes problems for you. This could be a jealousy because this person, you won't be with this person anymore. Whether this is a friend or this was a lover, you don't want nothing to do with this person. And I completely understand. I would absolutely not want this around me. Somebody that's just straight up causing problems. And this is that annoying ass energy of somebody that is still hanging around in your energy and they're not getting the hint of, you don't want nothing to do with this person no more. I don't care if you have a child with this person. There's no reason that this like weirdo, literal weirdo, it keeps trying to attach something. And it's not an entity. It's something that she can pull from because she's concealing the way that she really feels. I feel like this person is also in a relationship where she's cheating on another person. So this could be somebody's ex's new wife or somebody's ex's wife or something like that. This also could be somebody that's, I don't think this person's watching yet, but at some point they'll come across this video and then they'll know that this was one of their family members. So this vicious gossip and betrayal crap, that's what God's upset about. Cut the deck on the Hierophant. That's what God is upset about. And then, and all of the deals doing with the devil. No, the devil does not have consent to make any more deals. So if anybody's trying to use a crossroad demon or anything else, it's a tower. Anything that they do will put them immediately in the tower, because God is using this moon to set up the witches and the warlocks and the sorcerers. And if they cast a spell to harm someone, if they try to do anything to the collective or the chosen, anything at all, it is to the tower. God will make this person sit the hell down, because they won't sit down. It's to the tower with them. And then out of the tower, because the lightning then strikes, which would be ironic because it's Thor's day and Thor's power is lightning and thunderstorms. So yeah, Thor is going to strike the shit down. It's going down. And honestly, I feel like somebody in the collective is being protected in the physical realm by the Thor who fell, which is somebody that I know. But he protects a lot of people on this planet. So if you were involved in Ragnarok and you came here, most likely you're being protected under his energy still. And the people that try to tap into his energy that are not in alignment with that, it's a major rune energy backfire, like Merkstov backfire. It's just bad. So always know to stay in your own lane, unless you're like a melting pot, you know, of a bunch of different things, but stay in your own lane. The Death and the Temperance. This is a serious warning to these people. I mean, I know it's going to come out with a bunch of other readers too, but still, this death energy, this is what's going to come. And that is the fairness, that is the righteousness, that is the temperance. This is Archangel Michael bringing death to somebody's plan, literally, before it happens. And this Queen of Swords in the reverse, I do feel like that is a feminine energy. Doesn't have to be a female, but it is a feminine energy. Yeah. So whoever's working with her, be ye warned that it will be the Tower, Death, and then Temperance, and God will think that that's fair. Because like I said, if they also, there may be witches, if you are with a new partner and you're a masculine and you have an ex that is still causing problems to you, she is going to try to take advantage of this full moon to use and abuse you in some type of way. It's probably over this Six of Wands energy, to be honest. Because this moon, as much as it's there for these, like, it's just a setup. You do see how the universe is literally setting these witches up to freaking F around and find out. And anybody that's not using the moon in the appropriate way, like, you know, trying to heal it or doing positive things to it, they're going to be forced with a judgment that's very swift, death, basically. They're going to have to they're going to have to face death. Because, yeah, the moon does manifest the energy of death. And if that's what they want to call on, then that's what they're going to attract to them. Which is crazy, but whatever. Witches are crazy. Yeah, you already have this Ace of Swords protection. This is like the first card that's actually your card. This is basically God saying, do not worry about these witches trying to do this magic. This is going to backfire. The earth is going to help you transmute it. It's going to backfire, and you are protected by the universe. So when they go to do this, they're going to put themselves in a death trap that they can't get out of. And they're going to be faced being swallowed up by a very big worm. I am not kidding. Like the Mongolian death worm. There's other worms that are like those that are real, that exist in the earth. I know that because I communicate with them. They're actually living beings. So those things are going to be released. Also, Abaddon is going to be released from the pit at the time of this moon. That is also somebody's protection. Now, Abaddon is not a fallen angel. A lot of people mistake Abaddon for being a fallen angel, but Abaddon is not a fallen angel. Abaddon is just the angel of the like army of locusts and stuff like that. So, and Abaddon shows up to me as a female, but she's got the key to the bottomless pit. So if you are beginning projects, continue to do your work. Do not be afraid at this time. There's literally nothing to fear. The spirit realm already knows what these witches have planned because they've been planning and studying for it. And these secret society people and these reptilians, it's on Thursday. It's on Thursday. Yeah, this is what they're going to be trying to create is the Seven of Cups, a bunch of crazy ass illusions. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I know Abaddon too. I would completely agree with that. Very vile, very terrifying, actually. So then we have the Seven of Wands. This is what they're going to try to create, and this is what the Temperance is coming down. They're going to have some type of supernatural psychic event that happens that scares them or unalives them. I'm not joking. Or it could be like one of the Mongolian death worms or something like that. And this serves these people right. And I don't like saying that, but anybody that's going to be this stupid, it's like, good God. So then they want you on the defensive. This Seven of Wands is trying to put you on the defense. But the thing is that people are going to compete for your energy and your resources, but you don't need to stand in that energy. You don't need to defend your resources. Like I said, you have the defense of the universe. Okay. This card is very important. That is a hand, and it is protecting a crown with like a laurel coming down off of it. Okay. It's very significant because that is showing protection of your crown, like your throne. Also protection of your vision. Okay. What you visualize, what you are. And again, this moon is all about bringing your dreams into reality and then becoming aware of your dreams. Yeah. So definitely we're going to be praying for protection, and it would be a good time to do a protection spell, but always include the Most High God. It'll become the most powerful thing, the most powerful magic, and God will help you create it. And so will Gaia. So literally, you may have a dream of a creative idea or a successful idea that comes through. Yes, that's why there's so many war angels being released right now, Ragnarok. You're absolutely right, because what they want to steal, what they want to do is they want to bring the Antichrist into reality. And so they feel like if they can do that, then that will be stealing the crown of the person who's actually supposed to be in the seat, because they want to have the Antichrist deceive the world. That's basically their agenda. But like I've told these fucking demons that literally that shit is never going to happen. I don't think that the Antichrist will ever come, because I just don't, at least not when the chosen are on the planet. Maybe when the chosen aren't here anymore. So the Four of Pentacles, this is Ragnarok, what you just said, this card right here confirms literally what you just said. Literally. This talks about guarding your possessions, your inheritance. Someone may try to separate you from your crown or your money, possible theft or embezzlement, lack of control over events and circumstances. This is the energy that they're going to be in, because that's what they're going to try to do. Someone may cheat you out of payment for services. This is what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to use the energy of this moon to get something free from you, to cheat you out of some type of payment for your services. They're going to try to oh God. They're not going to get a promotion. You're going to keep your creative dreams and your ideas, because this is talking about new ideas are needed for success. And that's crazy. And so that's why I hope that people see this. I mean, I know that there's other psychics giving the same message about judgment being called down. Literally, because what your intellectual property is, the stuff that you get from spirit, your life's mission and career becoming clear, God's calling judgment on anybody that's going to try to tamper with you, the way that you're going to, make bullet points, basically how it was saying in the moon book, make bullet points to what steps you need to take to get to where you need to go, basically. Gosh, my words, it's like, I don't know why my throat chakra today. I haven't been screaming or anything, so. Okay. Well, sometimes, most of the time when I channel, I get the information so fast that I try to get it to come out of my mouth, but it doesn't come out. As I can't speak as fast as I get the download. Yeah, it's absolutely. Yeah. Wow. I'm just reading your comment. Yeah. Make sure that you get a copyright on your book. Okay. And make sure you just don't tell anybody about it until you have the copyright and you have all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know why I keep picking up on reptilians here. I don't know what that is about. Maybe the reptilians do moon magic. Yeah, you're going to be using the moon to bring in this Ace of Pentacles. And that's literally what judgment's being called on, because these people have tried to tamper with your intellectual property, which could be your book. And again, make sure that you are still doing your, I don't know what it is on the computer that you do, but it's like, make sure you're doing your due diligence to keep your computer protected so that people can't like hack into your devices and access things that you're working on. That's for somebody specifically. But yeah. Okay, so what I would say for books to help protect yourself, probably the Bible. Honestly, the book of Psalms. If you read the entire book of Psalms from beginning to end, just like over a week or 2-week period or something like that, you would see a significant change in your life, like literally. So I would say the book of Psalms, I would say the Bible, and then any other protection books. The Truth of God by Michael Stedman. That book basically connects you with God. Yeah. And it has also intuitive techniques in it. They're the ones that I use, and then it's helped me master my gifts, like truly. So I'll type that in. You can get it on Amazon, and I think it's fairly cheap. But yeah, you'll understand the journey to God, and then you make your own connection. So you're welcome. That's the most powerful thing that I've ever read. That book literally changed my life. There was times when I was just being attacked by all of these like dark archangels, and wow. Wow, that's awesome. You guys keep writing, keep working on your projects. That's because these people can feel and sense that you are all working on something. And if this is something that it could be something that you're healing, and it could be something from childhood trauma. What witches like to do, or just even if it's not somebody that's a witch, but it's somebody that likes to manifest with their gifts and they're using it in a negative way, they like to pick apart and destroy the things that we care about. And it gives them some type of, I don't know, they feel like they have an one up over us. But knowing that when you give it to God, that can be one of the most powerful things that you do. Because when it becomes too big, like that's what God's kind of waiting, like, okay, ask for help. And so ask for help. Literally ask, Archangel Gabriel to blow the trumpet, to play the trumpet. Ask, um if you believe in Odin, ask Odin. I mean, they're all real. So it's like they're all real. They're just underneath the Most High God. So they have to follow, basically, because the Most High God is their higher self also. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. That calendar is such a good idea because they really, really messed up our calendar system. Like what they did is that the Romans took over the Library of Alexandria. When they did that, they burnt all of the scrolls, everything except for all the stuff that the Babylonians had, like these clay tablets that were there, and different, basically different charting, different astrological cycles, and basically how they interact with the work. Well, with the work and then with the world, because how those cycles interacted with the world, just freaking, like, it's life changing. If we would, if, and it goes through all of the ones that are in our solar system, like the main seven. So yeah, there's so many, you guys have so many ancestors that want to speak through me right now. I'm like, give me a second. Give me a second. They're like, literally, your ancestors are like freaking like I just could see like them listening to that Rocky song, running on the beach, and like, they're fucking getting ready to like war with these people. Because Archangel Michael showed out here with Sagittarius, and on this card also says Sagittarius, and it says Hex. So I think that the main overall energy, they're going to be trying to harness Hex energy and curse energy, and it's going to backfire so bad. They're going to try to. So I don't know what this cheating somebody out of their payment and services is, but I feel like they're going to be trying to play on somebody's weakness, and probably trying to use somebody. I don't know. Or they want you to get paid. They want you to not get paid for your services. Some shit like that. But this is your energy right here. This Wheel of Fortune, you're the Ace of the Pentacles into the Wheel of Fortune. This blood moon is going to create a wormhole to another timeline where you exist, where you're already in this Wheel of Fortune. So you're going to gain a lot of spiritual gifts when this shift happens. See, these witches don't have the spirituality. Yes, absolutely, your ancestors. They don't have the spirituality to know and understand when certain astrological things happen, what it's actually doing. All they are looking for is, what can I use this energy of the moon to create and do? They're not looking to see, well, what is this moon actually doing? Because if they did, they would see that they'll be unalived if they try to send any fucking shit to you at all. Anything, any type of magic. This will be the Tower and the Death. And Archangel Michael will be there standing on somebody's neck and not getting up ever. Being like, I'll just get a demon to stand on this person's neck for eternity. So yeah. Yeah, your guys' ancestors are very proud of you. They're not going to let you go down a bad path, and they're not going to let you be led astray. They are choosing you guys as the chosen one in this lifetime to be the generational curse breaker, to be the person that frees them. So you can just, if you can think of time more as water, fluid, and everything's all happening at once. So you're always connected to your ancestors. Your ancestors are always connected to you. The past is happening right now, and so is the present, and so is the future. But we are physically just located in the third dimension. And again, if you create that calendar, that would be so great because, like I said, when the Romans took the calendar, they basically stole the calendars from the Library of Alexandria, and then they implicated it into their own society. But they changed the calendars, they altered it. Like Julius Caesar added more days to a certain month or something. Yeah. And so you guys have to learn to know what your physical ancestors are, but you also have spiritual ancestors. Your spiritual ancestors are like the extraterrestrials. They're like the people, like the gods, the ancient gods that had, okay, so all of the Egyptian deities, like they have an entire race of beings that are like beetlehead beings. Yes, I read that's one of my strongest gifts is reading past lives. Like that's probably what I think my purpose is. My name interprets to one who sees the future, but like I really feel like that's like that's what I do is I see who people are um and then basically who they were and who they still are, because that aspect is still an archetype within you um, that you're like integrating and working with. And it's interesting because at different points in our lives, these different archetypes will come forward that we've been in other lifetimes, and they'll kind of help us, manifest and help us tap into the knowledge of whatever lessons they went through. And so that's just your higher selves. But your ancestors are people, they're people that were in your bloodline, but then it's also people, your spiritual ancestors are where you came from. And of course, yes, yeah. So you weren't Enki, but you were Enki's son. You were Enki's son, which is ironic because I was Enki. I know the other person who was Enlil, but I don't know who was Anu yet. Yes. Yeah, Marduk. Absolutely. Oh, I just got chills all over my face. That's so crazy. Well, it's nice to see you again. Yeah. And so I know. It's so wild. It's such a blessing because once you know about who you have been, then you can tap into those energies because those energies still exist. They still do. So this Wheel of Fortune energy is not going anywhere. You know what? I'm actually not doing, I'm not doing, I'm only doing $10 super chats, and then you can ask a question about a past life, but I'm not doing personal readings at this time. Okay, so this Wheel of Fortune energy is not going to go anywhere. And that's why this judgment's being called, because it could have been that in the past you were in a situation that either almost left, it could have been bad debt, or it could have been like bankruptcy, and this was all this other person's energy. If you were to go get your palm read, they would not tell you that you were meant to go through all of this suffering. Yeah, so definitely you have connections to Amun-Ra for sure. For sure. And Jupiter, Zeus, absolutely. And Thor. So you've got Ragnarok, you've got a lot of like lightning energy. You might even be like a descendant of one of the archangels also. Like Archangel Michael energy too. I love when I come across people that are descendants of Archangel Michael, because they're just natural people. They're naturally protective people. You can be around them and there could be like 150 demonic attacks sent to you and it won't even affect you because the person that's next to you is like, their natural energy just clears the space. So these are all gifts that when you integrate them, like by remembering who you are and you integrate them, then you can actually use the gift. You may not be a full master at it right away, but you will feel like, okay, I like doing this and it feels familiar. Yeah, you do. You definitely have a lot of magical protection. And literally when you pray, you guys, when you pray, is your mom your real mom? Oh my God. Well, I would suggest that you do a DNA test, okay? And it would be really bad if your mom hid that shit from you. You did do a DNA test. Was it positive? If it says that she is, then she is. But if it's not, if that DNA came back not your mom, then I just like I don't want to say nothing bad about your mom. But I definitely feel trickster energy with her. She's had that her entire life. And you don't have that. And that's one reason why she gets irritated with you. Oh, on Ancestry? Yeah, I heard that Ancestry is supposed to be pretty accurate, though. So I think that DNA test is like you either are or you aren't. So it's not like, it's like 99, they're pretty much 99%. So, but yeah, if your mother, if, you know, always just be kind to your family. Even if your family, like if you don't have your family in your life because they're too toxic, that you may come to a space where you are faced to look at that. Okay, that's one of your Gabriel. That's one of your lessons. It's one of the things that you're supposed to be learning in this lifetime is to resolve this karma with your mother, because I definitely feel like you guys have been fighting for a long time, and the only way that it would be like you guys could work it out would be for you to be her daughter in like this lifetime. There's definitely another reality right now where you and your mom are your worst enemies, and it's kind of parallel to this one. So this is a Page of Swords in the reverse. This is a younger person. I hope that this is not this Queen of Swords child. I hope that they're not going to try to steal somebody's destiny for this child, because this is somebody that's unpredictable. They're difficult. This could be somebody with autism, which is sad. This person exaggerates and tells white lies. And I feel like this child of this person motivates them to cause problems for people. So they're very manipulative. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. That is very scary. Okay. If she put out a life insurance policy and did not tell you, that is very bad intentions. That's like somebody that's about to commit a crime. So that's why I was saying like there's something off with that energy. Sometimes like people come into this lifetime and they don't realize that their parent was their first bully that they experienced. That's kind of the energy that I get from her. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. So these people are going to try to do something to your finances, to your crown, to your inheritance. They're going to try to cheat somebody out of not having to pay for the services. That keeps coming forward. Then this 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, this is very little financial gain. This is loan default, anxiety. These people are freaking out because they know that they owe. They know what they owe. They owe the devil. And their financial security is definitely threatened right now. There could be many possible financial choices with no clear answer. The investments that were made are all a disappointment. So if they were invested in stealing anything from you guys, and again, this is Gabriel, this card is relating to your mother. This is the outcome of what she's not gonna cash that shit in. She may sit and dream that she would, but she's never gonna like that's not how this fate's going to work out. Okay. That's just not. The most I got is like, you listen here. Like, you listen here, justice. Yeah. And her investment in that, it will end up being a disappointment. It says action without planning dooms finances. And I really, yeah, you're safe. You're safe. Yeah, of course. God sees this. This is what I'm saying. God already knows that these people were going to try to do this shit to you. And so that's why God's given you extra protection. So I feel like, yes, you want to manifest more protection at that time. But what you really want to be doing is just praying Psalm 91. And again, we're not praying it to like, yeah, everything in the system is poison. Like literally, it's all poison. And then they feed us the medicine, which is more poison. So it's crazy. It's definitely well, don't stop watching so many forensic files. But I'm actually glad that you do, because you were able to pick up on your mother doing that with the insurance company. And that's something big. Like, you could be a private investigator. I mean, it's probably not a very fun job, but okay, you guys, this is the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So not only are I don't mean to laugh at these people, but this is funny. So not only are they going to have this supernatural backfire that's a psychic unexplainable event that why is this happening to me? Woe is me. This death and the temperance and Archangel Michael standing on someone's neck. Okay, they're going to be all upset about this, but they have to remember that they were trying to cause you to lose a marriage, a job, something. They were trying to cause you to lose something so that they could gain something. And it's all about basically the Four of Pentacles in the reverse and this Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, this dishonesty in business, out not only trying to cheat you out of payment for your services, but being dishonest. Your reputation, as well as this is talking about these people, their reputation's in jeopardy. People are going to see them for who they are. Lack of insight into problems will affect their judgment. They're extremely short-sighted. They need to look into the future. Careless spending, solicit several bids before making a decision. Justice again. So if this is somebody trying to steal your book or something like that, make sure that you at ASAP get it copyrighted. And then, you can, I don't know what you would file it, but you can file some type of report if somebody's doing that, if you find out who's doing that. But I don't feel like somebody has stolen it yet. I feel like somebody's trying to hack into your devices. That's why I was saying, make sure that you have like your computers. I don't forget what it's called, spyware or whatever. It's like, not spyware, but it's something that makes it so that your location's not seen, so your IP and your whatever stuff is not seen, so people can't get on your Wi-Fi. Because I feel like if people can get into your Wi-Fi, they can use these illegal technologies to try to get into your phone. And the cops do that. So yeah, this Eight of Cups energy, these people are going to be forced to having to walk away. But this is what this is about. They want you to walk away from what you do for a living. So whatever you're doing for a living is helping people. Good. Yes, absolutely. And there's like AI technology that has to do with the Knights Templar. It hasn't been found yet, but it's going to be found soon, and it's going to be implemented. And once that happens, we're going to probably have visitation from beings from wherever. Five of Cups in the reverse. Emotion. These people are going to be so upset that they did this. They're going to be so upset that they did this. Emotional upheaval, life seems unbearable, separation from the one that they love. They're going to be getting divorced. They're not going to be still in your love union. External events are stressful and out of their control. Disappointment and heartache will pass in time. Conflicting emotions make life interesting and ultimately lead to personal growth and enrichment. So God wants you to see that these people are going to go through an epic tower, an epic death, whatever they try to eclipse in your life to bring a death to, they're going to be experiencing that. Good. Always trust your intuition and what your third eye is showing you. So basically what this last part of this said, it said that conflicting emotions make life interesting and ultimately lead to personal growth and enrichment. This is just showing you that even for these people, God still has a purpose for them, and they're going to grow from this experience, and they're going to learn because they're going to be in prison. Somebody's going to be going to jail. If they try to seriously do anything spiritual against you, to try to imprison you or send police to you or anything like that, or to cause you to act out of your character so that you would get arrested, they will be imprisoned. And this is them being upset that they know that they're going to be restricted indefinitely. This is like the witches straight up really losing all of their gifts. Could you imagine if you just, this was this chariot? I'm not even joking. Could you imagine if you just woke up one day and you didn't have your spiritual gifts anymore? That would be like so bad. That's what these people are going to go through. If they're not physically imprisoned, then they're going to be spiritually trapped and imprisoned in this Eight of Swords energy. And they're not going to be able to use their gifts anymore, which is a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There was more experiments than just Adam and Eve. And so there's a whole group of people that are not even from Adam and Eve. So that whole thing with the apple doesn't apply to some people. And I don't feel like it applies to you. And I've definitely channeled that before, because the garden and the gate card has come out, and that's like you being allowed back into the Garden of Eden at the end of whatever you're supposed to be doing here, which is clearly important, or these people would not have tried to. Well, I don't know if they're seeing the Wheel of Fortune, but they can feel the Wheel of Fortune spinning in your favor. And this could be literally something that you're bringing to the world, to the World Wide Web, the Wheel of Fortune and the world. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is the best. This is saying, don't worry, you're protected from the universe and the Ace of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune is saying that you are supported by the universe, destiny and fate. You're right in alignment for destiny and fate. You're right in alignment for it. And you're right in alignment for all of the money that's going to come from that, because it creates a lot of abundance. Not only abundance of money, but this is abundance of joy, abundance of health, abundance of happiness. Yeah. And also I'm getting that you're going to be able to access another plane of existence that you weren't able to before. This is going to really help you. You may end up changing jobs or residence at some point. That could be part of your fortune, is like a badass job. It's Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This person is one of these people. I think that this Queen of Swords in the reverse sleeps with a lot of people. So they're very promiscuous. So this is somebody that she sleeps with. These are all people that are manipulated by this person. First, to a male under 40, workaholic, obsessed with success, financially secure, stubborn, argumentative, and relentless. These people are obsessed. This couple, I mean, there's going to be more men, probably cards that come out that are they're all sleeping with this one lady. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a Jezebel energy for sure. Yeah. This Queen of Swords in the reverse will take every freaking thing from somebody. When she sticks her like hooks into someone, she takes everything from them. This is a fucking monster. This is somebody that would do the most worst. Like, this is somebody that would literally, if they got mad at you enough, they would make you some type of like fear factor fucking plate of food and try to feed it to you, or they drug you and like do something humiliating to you and film it. Like, that's the type of energy that that person has. And you've got an empress either coming in, or you're in the empress energy. And that is, the mother. This is Mother Gaia. I see this as Mother Gaia. You have the support of Gaia. So that, and anything that's on this earth that they try to put into the earth, you have the energy of the magician as well. So these people are way out of line. They don't know what they're doing. They think that they know what they're doing, but they don't know what they're doing. And this is why I don't fuck around with black magic and stuff, because I don't hate anybody enough to do anything like that, first of all. But secondly, like, I don't really believe in revenge. I think that God gets revenge if revenge is needed. But I do believe that people have the right to stick up for themselves, and I feel like they have the right to defend themselves. And so don't ever let anybody walk on you or treat you shitty. Yeah, they're always going to come for Ragnarok. They're always going to come for the people of life. Yes, Cafayette, she is connected to your ex. This is exactly, that was in a message I channeled earlier. This person is connected to your ex. They're a psychopath, truly. So be aware that somebody may be trying to, make some type of like agreement. I don't know. See, the way I look at it is like, if you're sitting Empress, regardless, is sitting in the Empress energy, regardless of if, and that's what I see for my collective. Somebody's sitting in the Empress energy, which means good energy between you and the earth and mother and child as well. And then I'm seeing like that this Knight of Cups energy is, again, some type of stupid offer that these people feel like they're going to manipulate somebody. This person could be, they're on a horse. Yeah, this person could look like they're the perfect thing, but they're like literally ugly on the inside. So beware of a Knight of Cups type's energy coming towards you, especially if, you are the Empress. That is somebody that has the intention to come towards you. This Knight of Cups is also sleeping with this woman. Crazy. The Four of Cups in the reverse. So basically, these people, why did they do this? This card shows me that these people, first of all, were bored. That's why they're doing this. They're targeting you because of your light. Their hearts are heavy and empty. It says they have lost the will to strive forward. New goals and projects are needed. They need desperately new projects, you guys. These people need new projects. They need new everything. Also, overindulgence of food and alcohol. It says right there, lack of moderation. I do feel like these people drink like a fish. Failure in love. Cultivate positive thoughts. Literally, these people. And okay, it's okay if you're an alcoholic, but please try to seek some type of balance and help at some point, because you will. I had a friend that actually drank herself to death after her baby died, and it was the saddest thing in the world to watch. Don't ever put anybody through some shit like that. Like, that's just uncalled for. So this card makes me feel very worried. I hope that this Queen of Swords in the reverse is not a baby mama to you, because they've got an alcohol problem. I'm getting big time that these people drink a lot, which makes sense why they're making unclear. They're drinking so much, then they don't have the money to fuel their addiction. And so They want to sacrifice you in some type of way or use your energy so that they can fuel their addiction. It's just ridiculous. And I feel like somebody is also takes a lot of like prescription pain pills, like narcotic ones. These people are, the energy off of that, there is a spirit or a presence or something with these people that is going to unalive them. It's going to consume them. And they want to get rid of this, basically. Well, I'm glad that you got sober, because seriously, yeah. I mean, it's okay to have a beer every once in a while. I don't judge people for drinking, but this type of drinking is like getting up and putting whiskey into your coffee in the morning. That's crazy. And then drinking all day and all night. This is the type of drinking that will cause death. And we already have death out there. So it's like, and I hope to God that nobody, drinks and then gets in a car. Make sure that when you guys are drinking that you're always not driving. It's a lot easier to call an Uber and just do an Uber than it is to get out of a hit and run sentence. You know what I mean? Absolutely. You know what? I do feel like alcohol was the first substance that was created to use for divination. So for some things it opens people up, and for some things it closes things down. Okay, we're at an hour and 10 minutes. So these people still, their priorities are danger. I'm literally seeing somebody, a female, drinking a lot and then getting in her car and driving and like either harming herself by doing this or harming other people. And so that's why, hopefully this person hears me say this, that if you've done this a few times and almost really unalived other people or hurt people, this is your warning. If whoever comes across this is the warning not to drink and drive. So the Nine of Swords in the reverse, this is just talking about their priorities extremely out of balance. And even though things appear to be going well, scandal, loss of innocence, this could be some type of scandal that ends up happening in the future, because that's a future event that has not happened. And I feel like you having the energy yes. Yes. It is Stedman, yeah. So this magician energy, thank you, Michael. This magician energy is so powerful. And I really feel like that you are so protected from this. It's almost like it's kind of like you're on a different timeline. Because I feel like these energies are not going to be able to affect you. And it's because your frequency is so different. These people are going to be in the Ten of Swords. And of course, we started with the Three of Swords. That's already betrayal. This is like somebody separating, from a loved one. And then I also feel like these people were going to steal something from you. They wanted to take your intellectual property. And it already says that them trying to play victim after being the aggressor to you it's not going to be taken well by the spiritual realm. Yeah. And literally your ancestors will be jumping people's bodies to keep these people away from you and to create this Ten of Swords, because you may be very forgiving, but your ancestors are not. They're not forgiving about this, because you guys have a job to do. And that's why it's so important. Yeah. The Lovers in the reverse. I almost never see this card come out in the reverse. This is definitely bad partnership. This woman was sleeping with these two night energies. But I hope that you guys don't have a connection to them anymore. This also, I could see some interference with in-laws, like especially in-laws of an ex, especially if you were really loved. I'm picking up on some some lady that really loved you and didn't want to let you go. And since that has happened, yeah, so that part is for a divine masculine. You had a mother-in-law that did not want to let you go. Yes. Yeah, you guys are the generational curse breakers. And you're earth angels, which means you've come here to be an angel to the earth. It's a big responsibility, but you guys also have very big powers. I feel like you're going to be able to bring whatever your idea is to the entire world, and it's going to be accepted. This chariot energy, I feel like, is a fast moving energy. This could be your Merkaba activating. That's more of what I get than a police energy this time. Is that this magician and chariot shows me that when you activate your Merkaba, your light body, you just out of whatever these people are creating, and you literally wow, Cafayette, that's wild. You know what I just saw when I was reading your comment about your accident, like that you were transported this, and that happened to me one time. Like I was in one part of this forest, and then all of a sudden I was transported to the road. That's like this Merkaba light energy. And again, I feel like where the reptilian part was coming into this message was that they don't want you guys finding out the abilities that the supernatural abilities that you have, because then you can activate your Merkaba light vehicle and you can leave the matrix. You won't be stuck here anymore. You can go into the higher realms. That's what I feel like they're trying to suppress. They don't want people learning about Atlantis. They don't want people learning about the truth. They want to breadcrumb the world with their own energy. And so hell no to that, because I feel like you are gaining control. You're gaining balance. Where somebody was breadcrumbing you before, that's not going to be a thing of the future, you guys. You have to understand that God was only going to allow you to be tried, like by people, by situations for a time. And it was because God wanted to see what you were going to do when you were in these situations. But just because God wants to see what you're going to do doesn't mean that God's going to allow these people to hurt you. And I think that is the main message today with this, is that yes, this moon is a big setup for all of the witches, warlocks, sorcerers, people that practice like the darkest of the dark magic. This is a humongous setup. And if anybody, like it just showed us the tower and the death, like that's bad. And then in the being imprisoned, and trust me, you would rather go to a real prison than be put in a spiritual prison, because that could be a coma. It could be literally like taken out of your body and dragged to purgatory. So these people, by the time that they get around, like again, these witches and warlocks have been waiting for this specific moon to do this. It's insane. And they don't see, yeah, it's a super lunar, yeah, it's like, no, you're not going to be trafficked. Okay, you're not going to be trafficked. It's Thursday blood moon, and it's a worm moon. And so yeah, you guys, you have this energy, this supernatural power. So you're going to be fine. It may take a little bit of dreaming, because I feel like you guys are being taken to places in the dream realm. They may be like spiritual retreats, but I'm more feeling like you're taken to places where you're training. You've been trafficked for years. Oh my gosh. Supernatural genie, I am so sorry for that. I pray for you. Wow. Start praying to God. Start talking to the Most High. If you've been trafficked, please seek some help. I don't know exactly what help that is, but know that if you pray to God and ask God for help, God will help you. I'm going to pray for you right now, because that you being trafficked for years, that's absolutely horrible. Please seek a police officer and make sure that you are safe. Okay. Make sure that you are safe. Yeah. I don't know if traffic, yes. God bless you. Okay. Like seriously, contact somebody. They'll get you out of it. Yeah. They'll get you out of it. And there, again, you have to understand that when you say, okay, God, I'm willing to do what you ask of me, then God's putting a lot of trust and faith and energy and hope and all that into you. And God's not going to, like, if you literally say, God, I'm going to give my life to you. And all that means is, like, you find out what your divine life purpose is, and then you pursue that, God will have your back. So, but you got to believe, you got to truly believe, because it's not just that our beliefs, you are a child of God. You actually, your higher self is God. All of our higher selves are God. And that's the oneness that we all are. So a very good technique. Yeah, no one can own a child of God, and no one owns your soul, sweetie. Nobody owns your soul. Nobody can own you. Okay. That is a delusion. That's a delusion of grandeur that this world's experiencing. But nobody can own your soul, because your soul belongs to God, and God loves you. God loves you so much. God loves you so much that God is willing to actually move mountains and shake shit up. But you have to invest in prayer. And if you can't pray out loud, invest in in prayers that I would be reading Psalm 91 straight up every day, like probably 5 times a day. If I was in your situation, I would be. And I want you to remember that there is a story about Paul the Apostle. I'll give you the shortened version of it. He ends up in jail when he's imprisoned in these shackles, and they've beaten him and done all this horrible shit to him. Because he exorcised a demon out of, like, a lady that was only psychic because she was a demon. And so when the demon was gone, her slave master, her handlers, right? Yes, a random angel, yes, saves Paul. So her handlers get pissed off at Paul because Paul casted out that demon, and they can't use that woman as a slave anymore to basically give fortunes and shit. And so the whole city freaks out, gets mad at Paul. They beat Paul and his friend that was with him. They put him in the prisons. And then at midnight, they're very sick and twisted, but they started to sing just praise and glory be to God, and started to sing to God. And then God sent an earthquake that cracked the prison, broke their chains, and then God was cloaking them from the jailer. And the jailer wakes up and realizes what happened, right? That all of the prisoners were gone. This is what the jailer's seeing. All of prison. So he takes his sword out. He's about to unalive himself. And then Paul's like, wait, don't do that. Okay. Don't do that. We're still here. Okay. And then what happens is the prison guard person that was about to unalive himself because he thought that all of the freaking prisoners escaped, basically says, how can I be saved? And then Paul says, well, I need to come to your house. I need to bless you and anoint you and all of your servants and stuff like that. And so they go back to the jailer's house, clean up Paul's wounds and stuff like that. And then he teaches them basically about, like, the Eucharist and prayer and salvation and God and eternal life and all of that. So yes. Okay. So I just want to say that story, because if you get in a tight spot, start to praise and worship God, and, like, there's been children that have been abducted, and they've started to sing gospel songs, which gospel is a very powerful genre. They started to sing gospel songs, and the people that abducted that child pulled over and told the child to get out because they could not continue on with what they were going through. So, okay, you guys. Well, know that God loves you. And then please, if seriously, if you're being trafficked, please seek help. Okay. Yeah, and read Psalm 91 against, and that will shake shit up. Yeah, that will shake shit up very big. Okay. It'll move mountains for you, literally, because God's kind of God wants, you see, the way that God is that God wants to be glorious through us and wants to give us all a personal testimony. Literally, God wants to give us a personal testimony. And so I feel like, that when you know that and you allow God to start working through you, things are going to change. And I rebuke all demonic people and all demons. And I command them to stop doing what they're doing to you. Because I think that you're dealing with people that are actual demons in human form, not fallen angels. Fallen angels are not anything to be afraid of. Not like demons. Demons are completely, well, demonic, I guess, is what I was going to say. All right, so I'm going to look at a time frame because I want to see how fast. All right, so God has already set a special date, okay, where whatever oppression that you're under right now, it's going to be lifted. But please contact a police officer, and I'm going to pray for you tomorrow. Okay. If you go with God and you choose God, you can be free as of tomorrow. Like this is what the offer is that's coming from the divine. Or it may be that tomorrow would be a good day. But yeah, a good day to call somebody. If call your family, call if you have family and you know their numbers and stuff. I know that they can do a lot of things to mentally manipulate you, but know that in the end, it's always going to be your choice, and you can choose to give this situation, because it feels like it's a bit bigger than you are, to give that to God, and God will literally live through you gloriously. Okay, you guys, I'm going to literally pray for you guys, and please, supernatural genie, to please seek some help. Okay. All right. Don't waste it. Don't waste any more of your time, like being in the situation you're in. Pray to God. All right. I love you guys. Know that you guys are safe. Know that you guys are loved and that you are appreciated and that you are divine. Okay. Know that there is something within you that's very, very powerful. And I'm sending guides to help you. I'm sending a lot to help you guys at this time, because this moon, we're all going to need the extra protection. And I feel like we already have that protection now, but we still need to do our due diligence just by continuing to pray and continuing to connect with God. Okay, that's going to be the most powerful thing that you can do. All right, you guys, but always take the physical steps that you need to do by getting safe, contacting a police officer, a detective, an FBI agent, anything like that. And maybe there might even be something you can search, for trafficking, like that. Maybe there's a type of trafficking police or something like that. There's probably not, but there's some type of something that will help you. Okay. Don't just like pray and leave it up to God, because God's going to instruct you to do things in the physical realm. But when that card came out and it said at a special date, this is going to be done in divine timing so that you can escape from this and be safe. Okay. And the people that are doing this are going to freaking suffer greatly, like really bad. They're going to suffer really bad. So, but know that that's not really your doing. That's going to be all God, like getting God's lick back on that, because God hates this trafficking shit. Like, and I think it's an abomination as well. Remember that you have your own soul. You're your own sovereign being of light, and nobody can Nobody can own you. That's a delusion. And just pity the person that thinks that they can own you, because you have a power within you that could literally blast their freaking head off. And it may one day. This is why people should really leave people alone instead of fucking with them, because you can fuck with somebody for a certain time until boom, now that person's supernatural defenses have turned on and a bunch of people get taken out. And then eventually they learn to stop, but it's always almost too late. So that's why making sure that you, just like at the beginning of this reading, is said, getting into alignment, making that bulletin in your head of what are the next steps that I need to do so that I can be free. And that's for all of you guys. Okay. All right. Know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Until the next reading, air hugs, you guys. Peace be with you. And I will be praying for you. Okay. Hopefully, this reading gave you guys some good insight on what is to come. All right. I'll see you in the next reading, guys. Bye. God bless you.